We're going to add to our formal proofs with 4 new theorems. Okay, so right now, when we're justifying steps in a proof, we can only use definitions, postulates, axioms, and the one theorem that we've proven already, which is the vertical angles are equal. Okay, so we are going to add to that several more theorems. Okay, this first case, what we're going to do is we're going to look at what happens when your same side interior angles are supplementary to each other. Okay, so our given information to start with here is simply that these two same side interior angles, 2 and 3, add up to 180 degrees. Let's see what happens. Is that alone enough to identify that the lines M and N are parallel to each other? Okay, so when you look at this, as far as the relationships that we've talked about, again, only definitions, postulates, axioms, and vertical angle theorem. Is there anything that relates same side interior angles? Anything that we've talked about previously? And what would have happened if angles 2 and 3 add up to a value that's less than 180? What would happen to these two lines? They'd converge, right? And they'd converge on the side in which the angles are less than 2 right angles. That was called what? Parallel postulate. So what the parallel postulate says is if 2 and 3 though do add up to 180, those lines never converge, which means, what do you know about those lines? They're parallel. Okay, so by the parallel postulate, that alone is all it takes to demonstrate that if same side interior angles are supplementary, then we know that lines are parallel. Okay, so this is a new theorem. We can add it to what can be used now in any future proofs. And the theorem is set up in the following way. If same side interior angles are supplementary, then the lines are parallel. Okay, so look at the anatomy of this theorem. Right? It's an if-then statement. We have an if part, if a specific set of conditions are true, and then we have a conclusion part. Then such and such is also true. Okay? So when we're looking at theorems, the conditional statements, the if part is the condition, the then part is the conclusion. And so our theorem is made up of both those parts. And just like with vertical angle theorem, we have an abbreviation for this. Our abbreviation is based on same side interior angles. So we will refer to this as SSI. So if we ever want to use this in a proof, which you'll see, we'll do that here in just a moment, and we can simply call it SSI, and that will allow us to justify our proofs or statements in a proof.